Yeah, cozy. Never mind.
Let me make sure. Okay, we're good.
All right, welcome to the Osnaburg Township Trustee meeting. Thank you for attending on October 27th, 2025. We'll call the meeting to order at 7:32. If you could please stand for a pledge and prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we just ask that you watch over all our little ones as they're playing in the leaves and trick-or-treating. And we just ask a special hand over all of our staff that's out doing work for our township each day. It's in your name. Amen. Okay, any changes to our meeting agenda this evening?
I have one under new business. I
Okay.
want to discuss the OTA conference, so we get approval before it opens.
All right.
New business?
Yep.
I have nothing
Okay.
other than that. You're gonna do the executive.
Yeah, we'll do executive just before road.
Before road?
Yep. I don't have anything else. Fiscal Officer Larry, do you have anything else?
I don't want to say no, but in case something springs up
You're
at Jordan.
telling us you can add it when you want.
I think I put everything on there that we needed.
All right, approval of the meeting minutes for 10:14.
Trustee Griffith approves the minutes for 10:14.
Trustee Pierce, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
If you want to do a special meeting, then I'll pass these all down together.
Did I do it in the wrong order? No, yeah, regular meetings. Okay, don't do this. Can we get approval next then for the special meeting on 10:20?
Trustee Pierce moves.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
There's all.
Motion carries.
both
That
the
one,
things that-
then that one. Got it. There you go. And then you want a different,
You might want to.
you want
There's nothing really to approve on your work session. You
Just to
might
make
wanna
note of
mention-
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
note of it.
just to make note, trustees had a work session on Friday, 10/24/2025 at 11 a.m. And that was for road personnel. And then approval of the treasurer's report for 10/27.
Trustee Griffith motions to approve it as presented.
Trustee Pierce, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. There we go. All right, we're moving along to public speaks. I have up first Ben. Hi, Ben. How are you? Before we have Ben speak to us, and actually we probably can do that during the fire report. So does anybody else here in the audience tonight have something to speak on that's outside of the fire department? Everybody okay? All right. So let's go before Ben, let's go with Tom first, and then you can preface a little bit. And if Tyler wants to get involved too, we can, but we'll start with fire report with Tom and then we'll get Ben involved.
Okay, so we applied, Captain Winger, applied for a Marks grant, for our department. As you can see in front of you, 5 additional Marks radios with this battery, 12 communication pagers, 10 spare batteries, which we are in dire need of spare batteries. Our batteries are in bad shape. And then 3 spare antennas. For a total of $36,637.42. I don't foresee us finding anything out in the near future. It'll probably be a little bit till we find out.
Do you know when, so the grant's been submitted?
It was submitted, yes.
Okay, and then what's the timeline on the grant? Is it a couple months or what they tell you? Didn't say?
Really didn't say.
Okay. Do you know how it's structured? Is it do we wait until we're funded? Do we need to try to come up with 36,000 before? What's
How
the,
many
what's the
matching
structure?
dollars or anything like that?
Did you notice anything on the start of matching?
Don't believe the marks as a match.
No.
No. Okay. In the past, have we received Marks grants?
We have not.
We've never
We,
applied.
we did when
Oh, we've never applied?
our initial one, didn't we? Our
That
initial
was part of
March.
the county grant.
Yeah, that was a county, but
Yes.
that was
Yeah,
the
that's
first,
what-
that's how we got them to begin
The
with.
county submitted
Okay,
for that.
so it might have been a Marks grant, but through the county possibly.
It was, yeah.
So we submitted a Marks grant on our own.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, great.
The Magic Garage Door invoice was emailed directly to Brian
Okay,
So
got it.
then and now.
Thank
for
you.
$451.75.
And the garage door's working?
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Varian motions for then and now to pay Magic Garage Door $451.75.
Trustee Pierce seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's pay the door guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for writing that Marks grant. Appreciate you doing that.
Since the last meeting, we've had 28 calls, 21 ALS, 2 BLS, and 5 fire-related calls. Well, one of those fire-related was a fire inspection of the Lewisville's current East Canton School.
East Kent School. Yep. Yep, great, thank you. Okay, one of the things that was on my notes from one of the last meetings or two was our fee structure. Is that something that we can maybe have Tom and Amy spend a little time on to just let us know if it should be the same, if we should make changes? Brian, we did that before the reorg. Is that our timeline on that?
Yeah, I'm just looking, the part that we need our contract with Ohio Billing in place, I'm gonna make sure of the date here. As far as the fee schedule, you can still discuss that and
Okay.
work through that. I'm wanting to get our contract with Ohio Billing in place to roll out at the first of the year. That's where I'm just looking at my note here. I'm gonna pull this out. The fee, Amy, I think, were you attached to that first one? The fee was normally $27. I think it's 20, I'm trying to find it.
Do we need to make a motion to approve the new Ohio billing cost? Or did we do that already?
No, we did not.
We did not.
Okay.
We were just waiting on all of it because give the fire department a chance to,
Okay.
What is 77?
I wanted to see
It
where.
went from 27 to
Yeah.
2781.
Yeah,
3%.
27, that's what I want.
27 to 2781. Okay, so that, can I see that form for a second? So, and then you may know this form way better. I mean, I know you know it way better than I do, but does this Ohio billing fee structure form make sense to you guys, like that form?
Yes.
Is that a form we need to spend time to change all these charges, or are we satisfied with where they are?
We want to discuss changing some
Okay.
of those.
Great, all right, let's do that and we'll revisit. Okay. Would you like me to make the motion to accept the Ohio billing now, or do you want to wait until it's all done?
I would like the Ohio Billing fee one, because that's what we do our fees that
Okay.
will effectively go in place on January 1st. As far as changing anything, that can be done
All right.
after the fire department
All right.
talks it over and you guys.
Trustee Barry moves to accept the new fee structure from Ohio billing. The new fee is $27.81. Is that considered per call? Is that what that?
Yeah.
Okay. Ohio billing, $27.81 per call. We'd like to accept that as the new cost.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, great. So we'll take a look at the fees on that. Wonderful. Okay, let's then move on to what Ben has for us today. And Tyler, do you want to give us a little background on kind of what you've been working on? And the trustees, we talked a little bit about it in the last meeting, and I told them that you were working on some prices and some things. So go ahead.
So when I got promoted, chief rescue gave me the responsibility of vehicles and building. I'm also not only fire personnel, but I'm also a resident. So as a taxpayer, I want the best services provided for everybody. I'm very passionate about what we're doing here. In taking care of the vehicles, obviously we have a 2005 tanker. And right at the 20-year mark, the NFPA says, hey, you should be starting to look at what you're doing to replace that vehicle or what options you have, whether that's financing, replacing, and I know we've remounted that vehicle, but that was kind of a Band-Aid. And we're having a ton of issues with that vehicle. I have multiple sources telling me that we're going to continue to probably have issues with that. There's a lot of corrosion underneath there around the pump that I think we're going to continue to have to pack it. We just had it packed it's already starting to have leaks again. We have had multiple electrical issues throughout where things have been repaired in the past by not a certified tech. And now we're getting into the weeds a little bit with when we take it to somewhere. And then we also have a 2011 KME, and KME is a manufacturer that's no longer in business. And that makes us have another issue of when the engine needs repaired. Right now, we can probably get most of the parts for it, but in the next 5 years, we're gonna have a tremendous problem. So we have an engine and we have a tanker. The tanker's in dire need of some type of solution. And obviously, that doesn't have to be today, but I think we should all have conversations about what are we doing, what are we looking at? So,
Tyler, I'm gonna stop you right there for a minute, just to give me a little more details. So the 25 tanker is a 3,000 gallon capacity,
yes.
and it rolls full, right? Like it sits full and rolls
Yes.
full.
Yes.
What else is on that truck?
There's a dump tank, so basically a portable pond.
Okay, and that rides on the truck?
Yes.
Okay.
There's some firefighting equipment, but mainly it's more utilized as like a tanker. That vehicle can be utilized, it has a strong enough pump, it can be utilized if the engine goes out of service.
Okay, so the pump's big enough to actually shoot water on fire, not
Yeah.
just hold water.
Yes.
Okay,
Tyler, for reference, that truck, and I know everybody might laugh here because you guys know, is that truck 254?
Yeah, that is 254.
254.
Okay, I want to make sure.
And
I have
just,
my
I mean, I know a
numbers.
fire truck's different in the world, but we have any idea how many miles it has on it?
Oh,
Yeah.
You could guess.
10,000.
Okay, 10,000?
It's not
And
a
it-
lot.
And it's a Kenworth full semi-front engine,
Yes.
diesel powered. Okay,
And it was manufactured by Faust Brothers.
Okay.
And the issue with Faust Brothers, from the mechanic and from the reps I'm hearing, is they're known for electrical issues.
okay.
And then you add in that we've been trying to repair some things over the course of the last 2 decades on our own,
Right,
and it just magnifies some of that stuff.
all right. And then the other question, and this may not be something we can figure out now, but does it have any resale value?
That to me would be a question for like somebody like Ben.
Okay,
Because he's gonna know more about what things. But basically, I talked to the chief. I told him that I talked to Ben, and I talked to Chief Parker, and I talked to Captain Winger. Ben offered to come in and basically have a meeting with us. He had a meeting with us. Me and Lindsay had a really good, positive meeting with Ben. And he had us thinking about a lot of different things. I talked to Trustee Varian on the phone for probably, 40 minutes. And I just said, we were talking about some things, and even how we staff and how we structure and how we respond because of our budget constraints and wanting to provide the best service for our community. We may have to look at doing things a little different in terms of how we purchase vehicles.
so before you go on, let's talk about the engine real quick, so we have those notes too. So what year's the engine?
The engine's a 2011 KME.
Okay,
255.
that's 255.
That's
241.
241.
Nope, yep,
I'm
255 is the
gonna get-
ambulance.
I want to put the numbers to it. That's important for
241.
me. so-
Okay, it's an 11 and it's a full fire engine.
So yeah, that's a full fire engine. It's got a 72-inch box. It's got
Like pump controls on both sides,
It has it's a top mount.
top mount.
So
And carries, this is important to talk about, carries 4 people,
carries
6.
6.
carries 6.
4 seats in the back and
Okay.
then 2 up front.
Now, right now though, the likelihood of us taking 6 people from our fire department is probably very low,
Highly unlikely.
highly unlikely. Because that's important to talk about when we talk about the next truck. Because unless people ride on top, you're not gonna fit 6. All right. So top mount, 6 pass, and that has everything else on it. That has,
It has all of our extrication equipment, which
Okay.
up to this point, we have always bought used from another department.
okay,
And it has a generator on it. And these are all things that we may be able to streamline in the future so
Okay.
that instead of decades of needing equipment, we may be able to look at one swing at the bat of getting equipment that could be used for a decade and getting a vehicle that could be used for maybe 2 or 3 decades.
so does it have chainsaws, or does the
As a
Water
chainsaw,
truck or
as a
gas
chainsaw on it. I mean,
Okay.
basically it's an engine rescue, so it has everything that we would need.
and do all the vehicles have air packs or just the fire?
The tanker and the engine have air packs.
All right. And then how much water does the engine carry? I'm sorry. 1,000 gallons? Okay, it carries 1,000. All right. Thank you for all that, because that's going to help us as we,
So just real quick, so you guys are all aware, how we do things right now, if there's a structure fire or a house fire in the village or the township, 241 goes first. So that's our engine that has 1,000 gallons on it.
Okay.
So that rolls, and then all the tanker alarms, the mutual aid. So people start sending us tankers, people start sending us other engines, and people send us ambulances, right? Because we only have 2 people staff. So when we were talking to Ben, me and Lindsay, we were like, okay, you know, what fits the footprint of what we're doing in the budget or what we're doing? And Ben brought up some really good things because he's dealt with 100 other townships in the state. Maybe we go away from going with that engine that only holds 1,000 gallons. So we go to a tanker that holds 2,000 gallons. That's a tanker pumper. So it has firefighting equipment on it. It only holds 2,000 gallons. We're losing 1,000 gallons from that bigger tanker we have now, but you still have 2,000 gallons and you can do everything you need right there. And then we start waiting for the other tankers to get there. And this is all conversations that we're just having. This is all being brought up and talked about, discussed. Hey, is this more efficient? Is this a better financial way to do things?
Mhm.
And he's gonna go over kind of some of the pricing. The thing is, I've seen in my 16-year career is everything has just gone up insurmountable. I mean, you guys experienced that with the ambulance. You know, you used to be able to get an engine, when I worked at Nimishillen, for $500,000 or $600,000.
I think we paid 4 or something for the one that is there.
the 2011
Yeah.
is
Maybe it was in the
400.
I think.
Okay.
And the city of Canton, they just bought 2 off of Pierce for
It was 1.893 for the 2 engines.
1.893 for 2 engines, so almost
Okay.
$1 million a piece.
So as we talk through this, if the 05 tanker is replaced with another vehicle, how many years are we going to get out of that 11 until it needs to be done?
I talked to you on the phone. I truly believe if you guys are on board with the annual inspections at All American and then having a running list of, hey, this absolutely has to be done and get the vehicle repaired, I think I can get leave that vehicle on the road for 5 to 10 more years.
Okay.
As long as I get parts. Now, you know, at 7 years, we get to a point where I
Okay.
can't get parts for it anymore, then we're gonna have to have a conversation.
Okay.
But our goal is a presentation about this tanker pumper that's available, and then us, you know, we're already going down the road with some grants. We want to aggressively approach these grants, and he's gonna go over kind of some of the pricing of some of the engines. Once again, streamlined down. We're not talking about as big as what we have. We're talking about something that's more budget friendly, but still efficient, that we can serve the community with. And the one thing I'll say, he sells Pierce vehicles, and I told Trustee buried in this. When I got hired in Nimishillen Township in 2010, they had a 1981 and a 1983 Pierce truck that I used. That vehicle's still on the road.
Mhm.
So I'm not a big advocate of leaning people one way or the other, but I also work in the busiest department in Stark County. We run 18,000 calls a year. Most of our fleet is either Pierce or Soften. They work. They're efficient. You can replace them. You can fix them. They're good vehicles. They're made by Oshkosh, which, I mean, you guys know, it's just a dependable vehicle. So he's gonna give his presentation. If there's any other questions I can answer for you guys before I sit down.
That's good. Ben, thanks for being here.
Yeah, so first, just a little bit about me. My name is Ben Heslop. I sell Pierce apparatus. My territory goes from Morgantown, West Virginia, all the way up here to Stark County. So I have, I think, 16 counties that I sell to, a little over 300 customers, industrial customers, village, townships, the whole gamut. So about this truck. So what we started with, if you want to pull up that option list,
Which one do you want back?
that first one there, actually, yeah. Open the drawing, which is all down the right.
Am I at the right one?
I think most people are visual, so
Mm-hmm.
talk about the truck, not necessarily the nitty gritty. So if you could just minimize that and open the one all around the right.
Here, you gotta click out
Minimize
of that.
that.
What's that?
Click out of that one.
All right, I need the other one.
And
All the way to the right. Oh, no.
All the way around?
Yep, there we go.
All right.
That's a pricing proposal. So what I proposed for you guys was a 168-inch body second gen pumper tanker. It's on an international chassis. Cost of the truck was $610,266. The equipment that we added to this, that $42,000, was a set of battery powered cutter, spreader, and ram, which is the hydraulic tools that they use now. A battery fan to replace the fan that you currently need a generator to run in a Milwaukee toolkit. That eliminates the necessity for having that generator on the truck. It gets you out of doing that. And when you look at the cost of a generator, the cost of adding a generator to a truck almost exceeds the cost of doing this.
Okay.
And you have stuff that's easier to take care of and more. What I proposed for the cutter spreader ram was Hurst. That's a brand that we sell, probably the largest selling brand in the country. So a little bit about Pierce Fire Apparatus. So owned by Oshkosh, subsidiary of Oshkosh Manufacturing. Largest manufacturer in the country. We build about 2,600 to 2,800 fire trucks a year. This particular truck, international chassis, it has a new 515 horse 826 motor in it, 1,250 gallon per minute water pump, 2,000 gallon tank, dump tank rack, ladders. So it is set up just like a pumper, but with a large water tank.
So is this a 2025 truck?
This is a 2026 truck.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
This truck will deliver in about 240 days from 2 weeks ago. That was what the RFP date. So
Can you click out of that and go to the middle one? It's got the picture of the truck. Maybe this is the one we wanted.
I think you have the same one.
Nope, let's go to the last one. We want to see
Yes.
last one. There you go.
That.
There you go.
So the reason this truck is available the way it is, another customer of mine actually purchased this truck. And they're a volunteer department, but they're cross-staffed, and they still have somewhere around 30 volunteers that answer calls. So they decided to buy a custom chassis bumper tanker that seats 6 because of the amount of people they have. So they had purchased this truck and then decided to purchase this other truck, and we ended up purchasing this truck off of them.
Oh, okay. It never was delivered?
No, this truck's not built yet.
Oh, it's not built.
So-
It's spec'd. It's not built.
Yes,
Okay.
240 days, and this truck could be ready for delivery. We just did the pre-construction on it. This fire department's in Jefferson County, Ohio. It's a brilliant fire department. They've actually bought, this would have been 4 apparatus off me. A ladder truck, a rescue, and then they bought this and then decided to do the other truck. So that's
Is the
how this
seat-
truck became available.
Is the seating capacity of 3 in this?
It is 2.
Okay.
So
So it's a center console.
yeah, the reason for that is with the internationals, the way the dash comes out in the internationals, there's not really room for that. You can put a bench seat in it, but there's no room for anybody to sit there. So
Okay.
because of that, one of the things I like about it is you have room for 4 air packs on it or 2 air packs on it or however you want to do it. But there's no air packs in the cab. So the cab is clean as far as that goes. So you're not putting, dirty stuff back into the cab. This is set up for, I want to say it was 1,000 gallon or 1,000 feet of 5-inch. And then another 400 feet of 2.5. It has 2 sections of hard tubes on it.
So it comes with hose.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got an electric rear dump that swivels, so you don't need multiple dump valves. You have a single dump valve to deal with. That really is one of the big issues with tankers is dump valves. Air dumps are especially problematic because when you get moisture in your air system, it causes the valves to actuate slowly. So this is an electric actuated valve. So if they're running this as a tanker, they're able to set it up for their first round for the dump tanks, pull up, dump, and then keep right on going.
So from these pictures, is it fair to say that one side of the truck is set up for ladders and the other side is set up for toolboxes, or can you explain a little bit?
Okay, so this is actually a dump tank rack.
Okay.
The ladders are inboard, the side sheet,
Okay,
so it's called between tank and side sheet, so they're internally
kind of off the
stored.
back.
They're right around 4.5 feet off the ground, so anybody can reach in and get the ladders. Makes for a nice placement. They kind of sit right above the frame rails. This has 2 rear fills, which is what they run up here. In this area also 2 2.5-inch rear fills, scene lighting all the way around the truck. So it has a,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. It has side scene lights here,
Okay.
a front scene light, and 2 rear scene lights.
And just for clarity, this is 2-wheel drive truck, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Adding chains to these is not a problem.
Okay.
You guys probably would like them, the auto chains. I don't know if you guys, do you run them on?
We have on spots now.
You have on spots now, so.
Is this truck red?
Yes,
Just curious.
it is single 90 red. So, which is it's the most popular fire truck color in the country.
Sure.
So,
Every once in a while, there's a yellow one floating around out there, but just curious.
no, it's red.
Okay.
It is set up, so this also has, so the batteries are relocated here. It doesn't have a deck out on it. They didn't need that, so what we did for gallonage, this has a true 4-inch discharge on the side, so if they're set up, you guys nurse a fair amount too, right, depending upon
Yes.
back lane, stuff like that, so they're able to hook up a large diameter hose to it and pump off without any
Okay.
issues.
Where are all the controls to run the pump?
It's side mounted,
Okay.
so all the controls will be on the driver's side of the pump.
Okay.
Pump panel.
Got it.
It's pretty basic tanker. It's a 2nd gen body, so it's the same body that we built for our pumpers, same body that Kansas City has on their pumpers, just different lengths, but same build design. We use a proprietary coating on all our underbody structure and pump houses that come from Oshkosh from the military. It's the same thing they dip the Hemet trucks in the other Oshkosh JLTVs and stuff. They get completely dipped in this material, and then they paint over top of it. So. International this year did away with their the International branded motor, which a lot of people were happy about because the International motor had some issues. They went to, so they were dealing with different manufacturers and ended up settling on Scania. It's called an 826 is the motor. It's a 12-liter engine. 826. One of my good friends is he's a general manager now for HILLVALE International, and they have nothing but good things to say about the new motor. It's not a new motor; it's a new motor to International.
Okay.
Scania has been around for a long, long time.
So Ben, if this truck's sitting in front of us and all the stuff that's spec'd right here and the toolkit sitting on it,
Mhm.
other than our logo on the door, what's missing? The ladders are there, the hose is there, the fittings are there.
There's nothing that's missing.
Okay, you could run the truck,
Absolutely. I think the only thing you would have to purchase,
would be the on spots.
if you want to add on spots, and a 2,100 gallon drop tank would be the only thing. That's what it's set up for.
That's what it'll hold.
Yeah, I didn't see the drop tank on the spec
Yeah,
sheet.
yeah, that's the only, I don't know what the cost on a drop tank is. It's somewhere around I'm guessing around a couple thousand. And the on spots, I think, are around 4,500.
Okay.
So,
So what's the fire sale again for this one? What's this one cost us?
We'll have cheap back up. So 614, if I was to respec this truck out today, the middle one, yep. If I was to respec this truck out today, I think this truck would come in somewhere around 730.
Okay,
So 610 is the cost of the truck, and then the tools, which negates you have to put a generator on it.
Okay.
And really updates what you have. I mean,
can you speak at all on what 205 tanker Kenworth that we have now, if that has any value?
So there are some apparatus that have really good resale value. Pierce's do, E1s do. I hate talking bad about manufacturers. Fouts is a small manufacturer that doesn't have a good track record of making trucks that last a long time. That is a normal thing. I could give you probably 4 different fire chiefs' phone numbers who bought Phelps apparatus and got rid of them before they were 10 years old.
Okay.
The chief at Coshocton actually, so their township department had one, Three Rivers Fire District. And 10 years old, they had a lot of issues, significant amount, to the point that they replaced it with a much older tanker that they bought off of another one of my customers. I don't know. It's really hard to judge what that truck is worth.
Okay.
I think if you looked on the used truck market at Faust tankers, you would find that there's not a lot of them. And the ones that are out there, they're not asking very much for it.
15,
It's worth
That's
probably what the chassis is worth.
15,000.
Honestly, the person that will buy that truck is someone who,
Who's gonna cut the chassis down and pull a trailer with it? Okay.
or put a tool body on it. or
Sees
use
10,000 miles, gets excited, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys do any trade-in, or is that not something you do?
Not on Phelps.
Okay.
We will take trucks on trade, but not on Phelps. I can provide you with a couple of phone numbers of companies that do that, and
Okay.
they'll make you an offer on the truck and pick it up if you decide to go with it.
Okay.
So I have a question for the fire department, and that would be that the Kenworth was a 3,000 gallon. Have we been where we've used all of that and needed to have all of that before we got more assistance there? If we're gonna drop to a 2,000, do you see that being an issue?
2,000 gallon tankers in Stark County are pretty standard. 3,000 gallons are not as standard. And honestly, for how our roads are set up and it would be much easier to control a truck of 2,000 gallons than a truck of 3,000 gallons. I mean,
So I think your standard response, I think, is where the 2,000 benefits you. If this becomes your first out fire truck, you're actually responding with 1,000 more gallons than you are now. After talking to Tyler, the way you guys are staffed, it makes sense that you have a 2-person truck that can
Yeah.
get there with more water.
Yeah.
And be there longer. That's in my
Aren't we
mind.
required 3 for a fire to fight? I thought we had to have 3 before we could go in anyway.
You need, NFP says.
Our
you need
rating,
to
our
have
rating wants you to have 3, but
two
that,
in
you're
or
gonna, yeah.
NFP says 2 in, 2 out. On our first alarm, we're getting an engine from Louisville, an engine from the Michelin Township, an engine from, more than likely,
On a fire.
on a fire,
Yeah. we're talking about-
Canton Township. Yeah, we wouldn't go in with just 2 people.
No,
You know, whether we took 241 or we took 254.
How often does our engine and our tanker roll on the same call?
Okay, that last fire we had, the tanker was there approximately 2 people, 3 people rolled on the engine. It was the second call. 3 people rolled on the engine. The tanker came approximately 20 minutes, more people came from home, grabbed the tanker. By then, we already had 3 tankers on the scene.
Okay.
Are you shuttling water on your own fires, chief?
Are we shoveling water?
On your own fires?
No.
So,
I mean, we did with 254 on that last fire because they were the
Because you
4th
had
tanker in.
yeah.
So-
We had a dump tank set up.
Mhm.
We had 1 tanker at the fire scene. We had a dump tank set up at the road, Georgetown Road,
So,
and then we ran a tank shuttle.
so Amy, you just ran the tanker all day for a big fire in Louisville as a shuttle, as a water shuttler. Running did you fill it to the top and run it 3,000? I mean, that's the way it ran. Okay. So if we were to be called in that scenario, we would run this truck at 2,000 gallons as our tanker. It would be our first out, but it would also be our tanker in that scenario because it holds the most water in our department then. Okay. All right. So what else needs to go on this truck to be first out?
Nothing.
Okay. Okay.
You're getting everything, you're getting all the
Okay.
tools. That truck is running.
So there's nothing else on that. No, if this truck was bought and sitting in front of us, the engine and this new truck has the same tools on it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This obviously
Yeah.
new compared to old. I get that, but yeah.
We
Okay.
have ladders, we have hose,
Alright.
air packs.
All right. So Ben, what's a small department like us do in a situation like this when we can't swing a $650,000 check? What are our options?
So in Ohio, as you guys know, you have a couple options. You can't take a loan out per se, right? It's a lease. And with a lease, actually, I sent you the lease proposal.
Yes.
So I deal with a couple of different leasing companies. He can pull it up here in a minute and I can show you. It'll be easier to talk through. It gives you different options. At the end of the lease, it's not a turn-in, you own the truck.
Oh, okay.
But the language in Ohio is that a political subdivision cannot accrue debt.
Got it.
So it's a lease agreement. Are you able to pull that up, Brian?
Yeah, I'm moving it over here. Just bear with me.
Okay.
I saw it there. I should have had you send it right to that, you know.
No, I'm
Just
sorry.
bear with me here. There it is.
There were 2 options. There was no money down lease and then
Is this it then?
Yes, yeah. So this is just one company that I deal with. Typically, Republic First National has my lowest interest rates. So I use them first. We have 2 other companies that we can also go to for proposals, but very seldom do they ever beat Republic First National. So this is kind of a breakdown of annual payments for 5 years, 8 years, and 10 years. You can go out to 15 years on a commercial chassis truck. So this is no money down. First payment's due October 26th, November 26th, depending upon when you sign the lease agreements. For 10 years, your annual payment would be $83,000. Option 2 shows a $200,000 down payment. Interest rates are the same between the 2, but your 10-year annual payment is $57,988. That allows you to budget for moving forward annually. We know we have this payment. Really gives you a good grasp on what the cost of that truck's going to be over the course of that 10 years.
And that 10-year lease is when we're done, we own it.
Yes.
There's no buyout.
There's
There's
no
no
buyout. There's no-
mileage check. There's
You
no.
make the last payment and it's
You own
yours
it.
free and clear. Yep. Angie at Republic First National is awesome to deal with. And here's what I always ask customers to do is
that year, 8-year would be more workable, just to let you know on what we have now.
So I always tell customers, if you have a local bank, whether it's in the township, in the village, that will throw you a bone every now and then. There are some local banks that will throw out a 2% or 1.5%, or they actually have one customer who just financed a truck for less than 1%. And it was a local bank and local money that they used to do it with. And it just depends on what you have here to work with. You know, you may have a bank that you deal with all the time that'll.
And that local bank will treat the jargon has to be leased in the state of Ohio.
Yep.
So they'll treat it like a lease and you own it at the end.
Yep.
Rather than.
Yep.
Yeah. Still has an interest rate. They're still making money, but we have to call it what we have to call it.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
Okay.
So our tanker now has all this equipment on it? What's the
No.
price on one like we have now? But it's at a 2,000.
2,000 gallon pumper tanker right now, you're looking at close to 600,000. I could pull one up, but
You
yeah,
mean
you're
3,000?
really close to the 600,000. You have to think, so I originally sold this truck in 2020, December of 23 is when this truck was originally sold. It was December, October or December. So this truck is still at pricing from 2023 for how it's spec. So a current truck on the list is going to be significantly more.
And your delivery date is gonna be,
Yeah, 3 years, about 36 months.
Okay.
On anything that you would, like if we were to start over on something, we would be close to 36 months.
Is that because of the lack of chassis?
So let's back up to COVID and talk about lead times. We all just saw the Senate subcommittee hearing that they did. So I think people fail to realize how many things happened that created that. We had obviously a terrible disaster with COVID, and we had manpower issues, we had supply chain issues. It was kind of all at the same time. You could have a supply chain issue today on Akron valves, and we have something we can fix that with. But everybody that was supplying manufacturers was a problem. Then you had manpower issues. We had guys that had 35, 40 years who said, I'm going to retire and stay at home. So you lost a significant amount of workforce, everybody did, through working through COVID. And the government dumped how many billions of dollars into everybody's lap. And not everybody benefited from it the same way, but what it created was a huge influx of orders. So we're already slower than we were. We have this huge influx of orders, and our backlog just grew and grew and grew. And that's what created the issue that we have today with fire trucks. So when you look at the whole picture, it makes a lot more sense. People talk about one thing or another, but it was really everything that happened at once. Our orders for 2 years, the year after COVID and the year after that, doubled from what they were the previous years. So our backlog grew. That's what created the issues.
Let me
It was
ask,
the same problem with, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
It was the same problem with ambulances, ambulance chassis.
Oh, yeah, we waited.
Yeah, we do.
We have
waited.
a problem.
We waited a long time.
So
Yeah.
question for the fire department is, if this would become your first out and replacing basically your fire engine and your tanker, correct? Then why would we want to keep the 2011, the 241?
we would still keep that vehicle with the understanding that we're gonna keep it on the road, and that we're gonna aggressively approach grants to try to replace that vehicle with federal money.
So I guess my question is, why do we need two?
So Because if one goes down, we have to have another vehicle to go on to. We still have enough people coming that we have to have basically a support vehicle or a rescue or something.
To bring additional people. Like-
So to follow up on that, and then you got something, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So having one fire truck is a problem because everything will have an issue eventually.
Yeah.
Whether it just needs to go have pump testing done or it needs to have an annual PM done, any of those things. Anytime you take the truck out of your area for general maintenance, if you don't have another fire truck, a second apparatus, you can't answer a fire call. So it could be right across the street from the station, but if your truck is in Macedonia getting service done to it, you're waiting on the other companies to come. And I've not been to a single firehouse that I can think of that only has one fire truck. Everybody has their first out truck and a backup.
Ben, to replace our engine we have now, our 2011, what would that roughly cost?
So
To replace that exact one, we may never do that.
to keep a very basic spec on that truck, you're somewhere between 740,000
Okay.
and 1.2 million.
Okay. Then my follow-up question is, do you guys build medium-duty trucks, or you only build heavy-duty road trucks?
So we do also build mini pumpers.
Okay.
So Ford F-550 chassis. The thing that limits you on those is how much water they carry.
Okay.
So medium duty
Yeah.
truck like that, you're limited to about 300 gallons of water.
Okay.
If you have hydrants everywhere, that could be a backup truck. If it came down to, hey, we have to have a backup truck and this is all we can afford, then I'm sure you guys would figure out how to make it work. But I don't know that would.
Okay.
What's the warranty on this?
So bumper to bumper is 1 year, and then so chassis warranty on the International is 5 years, 100,000 miles. Pump warranty is 7 years, body warranty, corrosion warranty is 10 years. There's a bunch of different breakdowns. If you open up the option list,
Was that pump warranty for anything with the pump?
yes,
And
yeah,
is
so
No deductible on it?
there's not, yeah, so.
How many townships you trying to sell this truck
The
to?
Which one do I need?
The one on the left, the detailed option list. Scroll down towards the bottom.
Way down the bottom?
Yeah. Keep going.
There's a lot of
Slow
pages
down.
there.
There's a lot of pages. We are very detailed with our specs.
It's page 35.
Scroll back up a little bit.
Page 35?
Yeah.
That's what I got on my phone.
There you go. It's right there.
Warranties.
So lifetime warranty on the tank, 10-year structural integrity, 6 years on the roll-up doors, pump 7 years, 10-year on the pump plumbing, it's all stainless steel. Tank's lifetime, paint warranty is 10 years. And then Pierce gets into a lot of certifications because of how we operate. We also have all our third-party stuff is done on-site by third-party companies.
Okay.
So the cab integrity certifications from International, I think there's, the transmission's 5 years. The scene lighting on this truck is actually lifetime. High vis is lifetime. The warning lights are lifetime warranty through Whalen. Camera systems, 54 months.
I'm assuming you do all the warranty work?
Yes, we have, so
Where's your closest garage?
That is
Macedonia,
Macedonia.
Macedonia's your closest Pierce garage.
yeah, that is who services this area.
All right.
Jeff Urian at Canton Township
Mhm.
is really familiar with Macedonia. They're a good customer.
Go ahead.
Does this truck have phone capabilities?
This truck does not have a phone system on it. That was not something that, so the fire chief from Bryant is also a lieutenant at Columbus. And he is a firm believer in a pickup tube for phone. He would rather carry buckets than a pickup tube. And I understand part of the reason why. I think our systems are way more reliable than they used to be. But as long as you keep that pickup tube clean, there's really nothing to go wrong with it, so.
Just curious.
So does it have a pickup tube? No.
You probably have a pickup tube or two.
Okay.
Just one, but yeah, we have one.
I mean, what's the window on this used, not used truck, this spec'd but not purchased truck that's not built yet? What's the window? Like, the minute it's built, you're gonna try to sell as quick as possible and get it off your lot.
I mean, yeah, we want to sell it, obviously, but I have no idea. And the reason I say that is at the point that Brian turned it over to us, this is available for any of our guys to sell.
Okay,
So.
you're not the only guy out there pitching it.
No.
Got it.
Somebody there, there's 6 of us in Ohio, there's
Yep.
5 of us.
Is there a
in
money,
Virginia.
is there a money down situation that we're like, hey, we want it, here's some money to hold it?
No, sign a contract, that's it.
Okay,
It's that easy. And you don't have to do anything with the financing at the point of purchase.
I was gonna ask that too. When do we have to fund it? Like, if we sign our name and say we want it, when do we have to fund it?
When it comes in.
240 days.
So you could go with Republic First National and fund it now, or you could
You said it's built in how many days? 240?
240.
It's built in 240 days.
Yeah.
All right.
That's to deliver. So
We just talked about grants in the MARC system. Is there any kind of money we can get for this?
AFG grants just opened up, right?
The
Yeah, I don't
AFG
know.
grant did.
yeah, for next year. I don't know what the funding opportunities look like for next year yet. I haven't
Okay.
thought.
Because if we have 240 days and we can get some more money toward it, that just offsets our bottom line for our payment, of course.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. What other questions do you have for Ben? I appreciate you coming in.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hopefully I answered your questions. I'm a firefighter also. I run with the Osnaburg Fire District in Melvin County. I've been a fireman since '96, so I get it. The struggle is real. These do not cost anything close to what they cost when I started selling trucks. And it's unfortunate, but it was created out of COVID, the pricing increases. To give you an idea, we had a couple of different manufacturers, one of them being Acrobrass, who was doing weekly price increases.
Oh, gosh.
Because of their materials cost, and they were increasing their ordered but not delivered parts. So,
You'd get it and it'd be more money.
yeah, so we'd ordered something 3 weeks ago, but it wasn't delivered yet.
And it'd be more.
And you'd have 3 price increases before it came in and you paid the current pricing. It was quite interesting the way things were.
So we've asked a lot of questions up here, but we're not firefighters. Do you guys have questions for Ben?
I had, this subcommittee hearings that were just going on with the 3 big fires. Do you see anything coming out of that?
So I think Dan talked a lot about what we're already doing to try to get our lead times down. So they're building, have you ever been to Pierce?
No.
I didn't know if you had or not. So in Appleton, in Florida, we're adding an additional 150,000 square feet in another facility. In Appleton, we're adding an additional 200,000 square foot building for manufacturing. So Pierce has been consistently dumping money back into, we need to expand. Hiring has been pretty much continuous to make sure that they have enough staff and being able to rotate people through different things so that they know how to build a fire truck. And the investment that they've made, I think he spoke to last year, we invested 120 million. This year we're investing 50 million, and next year is projected for another 100 million. We got lumped into that simply because our lead time's pushed out and we're the largest manufacturer in the country. When you look at Rev Group, someone could argue that Rev Group is as big or bigger than Pierce, but they're a conglomerate as they bought up manufacturers. And I hate to say it, but it seems like what they've done is reduced engineering staff and office staff and those support people to increase profit numbers. And that's all they seem to be worried about.
Certainly.
And unfortunately, some really good manufacturers are now not building fire trucks because they got purchased by Rev Group. And I think we just got lumped into that whole thing because of our size and our footprint in the market. We've never bought another manufacturer
Right.
in the US and closed them down. You know, Pierce has only been worried about making their products better. And it's refreshing to see, you know, every year we go to a sales meeting for Pierce. And every year at that sales meeting, it's, hey, we added this to this because it increased the safety of the cab. We did this for this because it increased the efficiency of doing this. They're always looking for those things, right? If they can make it safer or more efficient, that's how they do. It's never been about, the dollar. At least doesn't seem like it from our point of view. If you look at West Lafayette, which is down in Coshocton County, they bought a truck and there was a running change that was done when their truck was manufactured for frontal impact protection. That Pierce didn't have to do that. They could have just sold that addition on new trucks sold after a certain date, but
If they went back and fixed it.
they went, any truck, instead of doing that, any truck manufactured or ordered after this date, it was just put into the line. This is how we're gonna do it now, made it safer. And,
Okay.
that's kind of their investment is,
Ben, if we were to move forward and have a conversation with a local bank, is there any kind of jargon or any kind of type of loan? Or do we just say, we're a municipality looking to buy a fire truck?
yeah,
Would
so
you be a
your
loan?
political subdivision, you want,
Mhm. Okay.
you're borrowing money, but it's a lease. So
All right.
we need to do a political subdivision lease for X amount of dollars.
Okay.
And I'm sure that they will know exactly what they need.
All right, great. And you guys have anything else you want to ask Ben while he's here? Any other questions? Great, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, do we have anything else for fire before we move on to the cemetery report?
I have nothing.
Okay, I don't either. Brian, you have anything on the fiscal side?
At present, no.
Okay, thank you. You guys can feel free to stay, but you don't have to. Thank you. All right, cemetery report.
Okay, Brian, update on transfer.
Thanks, you guys.
I used the wrong word, it should say open closings and
Okay.
upcoming burials and things. We have two that are scheduled this week in Mapleton. One's tomorrow and one's on Wednesday.
Okay.
I know the funds were prepaid, so those additional funds will be coming in for open and closings. And the lots, I haven't got to Brian today. He sold the one lots on Friday, so there's that, if everything was legit, if I'm figuring right, should be around $3,000 coming in.
Okay,
If
that's
I'm
good.
right.
That's a nice chunk for the cemetery.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
good.
Trustee Pirro said about, backing off on mowing. I want to emphasize that it wasn't my fault, Mr. Pirro, but they had already mowed in September one time. They hadn't got the bill to me. And they were actually just finishing up on Monday and Tuesday when you said that. So I very adamantly said, do not mow anymore at all or do any cleanups for the rest of the year until we talk or you all make that talk. I did prepare some of those things for tonight. I did get on the fiscal side, I got the transfers all that money that when I say all that money, the 15,306.50 that we had from the oil and gas, all those resolutions you helped me out with at the last meeting, all that money's been moved. If you look at your treasurer's report now, you'll see the reflection of that in that treasurer's report. Now we have a healthy balance just to go into the end of the year and start up the new year. It's not like we have a lot, but that's the most we've had in a little while. I'm going to go ahead and update you on Aaron from the oil and gas. I did document and got everything notarized. I needed to get notarized to get those two other parcels approved. And then he texted me today saying that he is working on looking over those ones for the 10 acres here and the 3 acres up at the fire station. He hopes to have some answer to us to give you trustees a decision on if we should pursue it and get everything changed so we can get those on. He hasn't got that far. But I'm just happy that we got some money in that cemetery, and not to say that we need to spend it right now, but it's given us a little breath here, along with the news that Ryan said he'd be collecting those funds this week. So, okay.
All right, moving to road report. Trustee Varian moves to go into executive session at 8:33 for number one, personal matters, refers to the appointment, employment, demotion, or commutation of public employee or official for the investigation of charges, complaints against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual.
Trustee Pure seconds.
Roll call.
Puro,
Yes.
Griffith,
Yes.
and Varian.
Yes. All right. We'll try to make it speedy, folks. All right, we're back on. Trustee Varian moves to come out of executive session at 8:48.
Trustee Pure seconds.
Roll call.
Puro,
Yes.
Griffith,
Yes.
Varian.
Yes. All right, Trustee Varian would like to make a motion. This motion is going to be for the pay for a gentleman by the name of Larry Myers. We hired Larry Myers as a part-time helper in our road department to mow some grass and push some snow. Mr. Larry Myers will be working part-time, and my motion is to pay Larry $15.65 per hour for his part-time hours.
Trustee Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Anything else for Larry? Do we need? Brian, are we okay? Great. All right, next up, we have Joshua Jordan here with us. We would like to make a motion to hire, I want to do this in two motions, that's okay. We'll hire him in one and we'll wage in the other.
You can do them together.
You want to do them together?
Yeah, you can
Okay, I don't want to make it harder on you. So as long as Joshua accepts our motion, Trustee Varian would like to make a motion to hire Joshua Jordan as a 40-hour week employee at the pay rate of $23.50 per hour with a 90-day review. And with that will come healthcare and payment into the OPER's retirement.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So welcome. Thank you. We appreciate you coming on with us. A couple notes here.
Start date on that?
When would your start date be?
So 2 weeks from this Monday, I think is what the
17th November.
Yeah.
17th of November? Okay. November 17th. Great. And then just as a point of reference here, the way the system is set up, the first fiscal year that you work, you don't receive a week of vacation, but then in year two, you would. So we understand that you've got a couple things planned, July 4th vacation and maybe a baby on the way, something like that. So our hope would be that during snowplow, if you've got some extra comp time, you can comp those hours and then you can use those for time off. If it comes down to it, you run out of comp hours. If the trustees agree for you to be gone, that's fine. You just wouldn't be paid. But you can still take the time off and we'll get coverage and work with the road superintendent, make sure we're good there. So we've got those noted, so you don't have to change any vacations. So when the baby's coming, the baby comes, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Can't change that.
Yeah, I get a more serious
Yeah.
estimate.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, congratulations. Great. Do you have any other questions for us while you're here?
I don't think so.
Okay. Super. All right. Well, we'll plan on you starting on November 17th, and then all your paperwork can be turned into Brian. We have it filled out, and we'll get you all set
Josh,
to go.
I'm going to use that November 17th for OPERS, so you know when you fill out that paperwork we talked about.
Okay. And then healthcare will start, and then Brian will talk to you about it, but there may be a little bit of a lapse until it fires up. We have to pay it, and then he can explain that all to you. So you know how to plan.
Okay.
So great. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Excited to have you. And then Mr. Hero.
Trustee Pure would like to make a motion to increase our road superintendent, Mr. Rodney Wyatt, to $25 an hour.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye,
Motion carries.
unless he disagrees.
I do not disagree.
No, he did not disagree. Okay, good. Had a bet on it. All right, wonderful. Anything else you need from us over there, Fiscal Officer Howard?
Presently, no.
Okay. All right, we are going to move on to the road report. Full-time, part-time. Got all
Have
those
the trustees had a second to look at the road report?
Just as a point of clarity, I think it's important to note as we're kind of going into the winter season with bringing on Josh, and you go by Josh, correct?
Yeah, either way.
Okay, bringing on Josh and Larry, and then we already have Mike and a sub, John Parker, and then Rodney, the road superintendent. We'll have 5 people currently on. We'll be able to push snow and work in the winter, so that's a good start. We have another person that might be able to work with us on an off shift. He's got some experience, so maybe bring them in too. Having 6 would be great. We can call on. So just so the township knows, we're getting ready to fight snow. So if it comes, or when it comes.
Okay, I have a couple other things to talk about. If you guys see that little list I put up there, the Ziegler tire on it,
Oh, yeah.
tires for the equipment. Our Ford F-550 truck number 203, it's in need of all 6 tires replaced on it.
Okay. These are 19.5s.
These are 19.5s, that's what makes them expensive.
Is that a 14 ply?
If that's what that says, like, that's what
Probably.
it means on there.
Isn't the lower the number, the heavier 10 ply, the 8 ply gets lower?
No, the higher
Other way.
number, the thicker. There's actual 14 plies.
Yeah,
Your
okay.
common car tire is probably 6.
Yeah. So
And-
that's right. That's heavy.
And I
Oh, yeah.
did have another quote from another place, and they weren't even $10 cheaper, and we would have to drive to Millersburg.
Okay.
So it ain't really no sense to drive.
These look like 6 of the same. Are there 4 drive and 2 steer?
Yeah, they're all 6 the same tire.
They're all 6 of the same tire? Okay.
They did say that the 550s have problems with, and that's why the tires are bad. They have problems with, I forget what they call it. Anyhow, the tread gets stepped in it. They
So
did
good.
say that the Michelin tires that you see that quote for, as long as you keep rotating them every year on a basis, that'll stop some of that stepping or whatever that's called, but they still.
So is the quote behind us here? It's also 203. Is it just it's Yokohama
Yes,
tires?
that's a Yokohama tire.
Yep.
That's
It's just a little cheaper.
a little cheaper.
Oh, it's a lot cheaper. It's $700 cheaper.
And they
Okay.
said that's the only other, there was a third option, but they said they wouldn't put that one on their lawnmower with a
Okay.
Ford.
Okay. Well, I will say that after driving the 550 myself, loaded with salt, I mean, you got to pay attention. If we have the money in the budget, I probably would rather go with the more expensive tire, if it's in fact a better tire, just because there's a lot of weight in that truck when it's fully loaded, plows on it, and it pushes you around.
I
So,
believe those tires have been on that truck since 21,
okay,
and they're all, we rotate them, so they're all,
yeah. Do we have $3,500 in the budget for that?
Well, I'm hesitating, and I'm gonna say yes, but I think you got another truck that needs tires also.
All right.
You might want to discuss them both and then ask me that question
right.
on the money.
Did the trustees have a preference on the cheaper or the more expensive? Would you rather save the $700 and go the cheaper one? That's fine if you.
What's the 2,800 tire?
Yokohama.
2,800 is the Yokohamas,
Not
that's
Okay.
that's their next best. And they said that that's a good tire too, but it's just, the Michelins are showed not to get as much, I forget what that's called, I think it's stepping,
Okay.
as long as you rotate them.
So let's talk about 201.
201 has 2 inside tires that I thought was a bad bearing, but I have taken it to Ziegler's and to R&B's, and Ronnie told me at R&B's that that's just the way these little single axle trucks wear. On our sharp turns we make and everything, it
That makes
wears out the inside tire bad. So the inside tire is shot. The outside tires on the rear will be able to keep for spares on truck 201. Yeah. But this quote is for replacing all 4 of the rear tires, and we will have 2 spares kept out of that.
Wow, that 19.5 is $504, and that 11 by 22.5
Right.
is $248.
It's the size of the tire makes that so expensive. The 19.5s are ridiculous.
It's twice the money,
Twice the money.
and that's a semi-tire.
And these tires for 201 is actually like $20 or $30 cheaper than the ones you bought for 204
All right.
3 years ago.
Okay, so we've got 201, 1600. We've got 2 options on 203, and then what's this 660 for? Let's talk about all of it, and then we'll decide what we're doing.
What's the,
The on spot.
oh, this is for on spots. We do have on spots on trucks 201 and 204. We have a set of bearings on the on spot wheels that will be good enough to start the year, but as we use them, it's probably going to go out because they started to get a little shaky when I took them off for the summer months. And this is just basically to get a replacement set. And the, what is that called? The helmet is like what protects the bearings from all the snow, ice, and debris getting into the bearings. And that's part of the problem. Both trucks they don't have that part on it, and it needs to be there.
Okay. What's your highest priority out of these 3 invoices?
The highest priority,
All of them?
the on spots we can get by for a little bit, but both them 2 trucks need to have tires before we
All right.
try to fight some snow.
What kind of money we have, sir?
I took all the highest numbers, and I'm getting, if I took all the highest, just so I know what my cushion is.
$5,768.
For each truck and the on spots is $5,768.64.
Yep.
Just if you do anything, do them 3 separate ones so I can match up the truck with the whatever resolution. But I can do the funds and I can take them. I have plenty of money. When I say that, I got to watch how I say that. Plenty of money in 2 road funds that I buy maintenance for.
Okay.
I have unencumbered, and I know Trustee Piro backed off on assault. I have over $131,000 in that fund right now.
Okay.
And then I also have $26,100 unencumbered. Now, keep in mind, there's still more money in there. That's what we had appropriated. We can do all 3 if you choose to do that. I can make it work.
Roddy, do you think the 660 for the bearings on the chains, is that going to be, I mean, should we just have it on the shelf and be ready, or is it going to be hard to get when we need it?
It's going to be $660 plus the $33.12 shipping that's
okay.
up there on the.
I see
got
that
it circled.
Put that on there.
That's fine.
So it's.
All right. So I think tires for the trucks are safety. I think we should get going on that. And if we have the funds, would you guys care about the 3,500 or the 28? Would you rather go a little bit on the cheaper side, or what would you like to do?
I'd put the good tires on, I'd do the on spots
Yeah,
right
I would
now.
do
All right.
the on spot so it's
All right.
on the shelf. So we have it.
I'll make all these motions separately. Trustee Varian moves to pay Ziegler Tire $3,564 for truck 203. This is going to be 6 brand new 19.5s, the mount, the balance, and disposal. Make a second on that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Trustee Varian moves to pay Ziegler Tire for truck 201, $1,608. That is for 4 new drive tires, mount, balance, stems, disposal, and we're going to keep 2 of the tires as spares.
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye, motion carries. Trustee Varian moves to pay On Spot of North America up to $700 for On Spot parts.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, we ready?
Yep.
We have one more thing for truck 201
Okay.
and for truck 204. I've checked all the history and they have air dryers. I don't know if you guys are aware of the last 2 years, we have had airline freeze up on each of one of those trucks, and we had to get R&Bs to come out and fix us up. The air dryers on those trucks have never been changed since the day we've got them.
So they're not working.
They work, but the filters inside it are probably shot.
Okay. What do those cost?
Right now, they're on sale at International for $99 a piece for the air dryer. And R&Bs, we'll put them on for $240 a labor per truck. And that is,
$750.
Not something that we can do in-house, is that correct?
no, because the
That's
only
fine.
reason we can't do it in-house, since they've never been touched, if I go to break those lines loose
And you
and
break-
something
yeah.
snaps
Then
or
no,
something.
now the
I
truck
wouldn't-
won't move. Yeah.
and we don't have the parts to
All right,
fix.
so it's up to 700, Randy.
What's the total? What's the total?
You good?
What are you talking, the total?
750, not to exceed.
Okay, not to exceed.
Now, I do have two different places. The air dryers come from International, and then I would get them and take that part to
Yeah.
R&B's.
Okay,
So
But you were 240 a truck,
yep, and then now,
$240 a truck
and
for labor from
$99.
and $99.99 for,
Trustee Bureau moves to
Yep.
redo the air dryers on both trucks, not to exceed $750.
Are we dealing with one vendor?
That's buying the
To get
filter from
two.
International and RB Truck and Trailer installing them.
Do you need them separated?
I just need to know two,
He needs them
you're
separated.
gonna have two purchases from two different
yes,
vendors.
two
I
different
need to
vendors.
have something for each vendor.
International is going to be.
so break that up to
Trustee
200.
Bureau moves to buy 2 air dryer filters at a cost of not to exceed $250
Okay.
That, I'll
from
second,
International.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Trustee Bureau moves to have R&B Truck and Trailer install the new filters,
$240 per.
not to exceed $500.
Trustee Varian, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Did you get all that?
Got it.
Got it. Hey, you done spending money, Stu?
Not yet.
Oh, my gosh.
My spending of money is going to be it. This is.
By the way, I want to warn you, effective November 1st, it's only emergency purchases.
That's right.
Both
I didn't know if
both
you
the
knew that. I
fire
didn't know if you knew
and
that.
the road
Getting to the end of the
department.
year.
It's the end of the year, I'm running tight on the
Running
appropriation.
lean.
This.
All right, Rodney, what you got?
Next one. Did we get the thing set up at Tuscarawas County?
Yes, I got it.
That's all set up.
And that's for,
That's for cold patch.
yeah,
That's
that's
for me to patch the potholes in wintertime so we don't have 3 by 5 foot holes broke out in the roads anymore.
that was something Rodney was working on, I
That-
guess.
yeah.
And
This is what we're going to use to fix the potholes that come up during the wintertime.
Okay,
So they don't turn into that big monstrous car eating.
okay.
And that's $99 per ton. I'm going to get it from Tuscarawas County Engineers. They make it down there. And how did I want to do that, Brian? Do I want to say just have like
How many
500?
tons you want to keep on
I
hand?
want to keep at least 2 ton on hand, maybe 3.
All right, it doesn't go bad.
Doesn't go
Where do you
bad.
store it?
I'm going to store it up at the old,
One of the bins.
I cleaned out the last bin, and it doesn't need covered with a tarp or nothing, but we got a tarp and I'm going to cover it with the tarp so leaves and stuff don't get mixed in with it.
So we're about, would you say it is a ton?
It's $99 a ton, but when I go there to get stuff, they only bill once a month. So it's not like I need anything but that, and I don't think I would.
what do you want to get on your initial?
What,
first
wouldn't we
purchase?
be better, I mean, does it, like, what if it's sat for a year? Would it go bad?
It's okay.
Wouldn't we be better to buy a load, would it be 5 tons to fill the truck?
Well, can we get
Yeah,
5
but we
tons in
don't
that
need-
bin? I don't think we can.
But we
Why?
don't
Do
need,
you heat it up?
Oh, I bet you could get 5
No.
tons.
it stays cold.
Okay.
To loosen it up, you use water
Oh, okay.
What's the diameter on the bed
on the bed.
of the truck?
I don't know. What are you talking?
You can haul 5 tons in there.
Oh, we can haul 5 tons, but I don't think we'll
Need
need to use.
Okay.
And I can always go get more if we needed more. Once we get them, we see a pothole starting, the point is to get something in it so it don't blow out
Okay.
and get bigger.
How does that work with your Durapatcher, say in the spring when you need to go out? How does that intermix with it? Or
This will just coat over top of that. The Durapatcher stuff, that actually gets solid.
Yeah.
The hope is the cold patch stays in the hole and then we come in the spring and
Right.
seal it.
Clean it up.
And we top it and seal it.
So do we have
With the
300,
Durapatch.
we have $300 to put toward this?
Yeah.
Okay. Trustee Varian, want to do 3 tons? Is that all right, Randy?
Yeah.
You okay with 3 tons, Randy? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let Trustee Varian moves to buy 3 ton of cold patch from the Tuscarawas County Engineers to have on hand to repair holes this winter.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, last thing,
Okay, we're holding to it.
sweeping the roads.
Okay.
All the excess gravel that we have on pretty much Sam Grable, Mott's, Stuckey, right out here coming up this driveway. Usually when we leave with the 1 ton in the mini, you have to like go so careful because it sets off the ABS going down the driveway because it slips on the.
This is nothing new. We've swept the last several years.
Right.
Yep.
It's nothing new.
What prices do we have? on
Their prices to have the truck do it is $205 an hour or
that? Okay.
$1,640 a day for the whole day rate. When I started here, they did it 2 days and we swept the roads that we chip and sealed when I started here.
Okay. Are we still using the outfit out of Louisville or no?
It is SCA out of
All right.
Louisville that we use for that.
Okay.
And I know we can't throw all that loose stone in people's yards or we'll have
Yeah.
that incident that happened earlier this year where stone.
They're coming back. We're hauling it, right? They're dumping it right into our
We
truck.
haul it
We're hauling it back and putting it in a pile
and
here.
we put it in our pile up on the hill.
What would that come out of?
The same
Same.
funds, there's 3 funds I could take that out of. I just-
What did we spend last year, Brad?
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't think we did it last year.
I
It
don't
was
think
the
last year,
before.
it goes back to 23 is when I think it was.
I don't think they were out as long as we thought they were going to be out. I think it came in under. I think for whatever reason, I
Yeah,
think
it came in
approved
under.
3,500 and we didn't spend that.
Yeah. Help me out, the name of that.
It's Sweeping Corporations of
It's called
America.
Sweep, okay, I just want to make sure I look it up.
Just approved 2 days of it.
Huh?
I think we just did 2 days if I remember right.
Well, I remember
think
we
that's
did
what it was.
5,000 and then.
Oh, did we do 5,000?
But
Maybe we
it
only used
came in,
3,500.
yeah, it came way in, under. I need to make sure here.
And I'm going to try to broom some of the intersections to try to make things a little easier with the backhoe and the broom attachment on it. I'm going to go out and try to push back some of the intersections. So when they start sweeping it, we can just hopefully.
What's the name of that? again?
Sweep, go SW.
Because
So, I'll find it.
Do you think 2 days is enough?
Sweeping court.
Right there you are,
I'm not certain.
37.99.
I would say I'm going to try to shoot for being done in 2 days because
So in 22, I'm sorry,
Or 23.
23, we paid 37.99. What we paid Sweep Court.
how many
America.
days was that?
Ooh, I mean, if it was close to the 1,000 a day, it would have been 3.5 days.
Yeah, that would have been, so,
It would have been 3.5 days.
so yeah, I
How
don't
many
know.
road mileage?
And
Is
we-
that the
no, I
year we
don't-
did a lot more
I
road?
don't know. I don't know what 23
Yeah, and
was.
this year we did,
We
what,
did less.
12
road.
miles?
Uh-huh.
But some of the roads where where it would just be plowed off into the ditch, I wouldn't worry about some of the spots where we're plowing into the ditch or I would be more concerned about people's yards and
Do we want to approve 3 days at $3,000 or is it, you said still
It's
more?
60, how much is it today?
it's 1640.
It's 60.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 1640
Oh, I thought it
a
was
day.
1,000.
I just do
Oh.
2 days.
I'm sorry, 1640, that's 2 days worth then. If it was
Yeah.
close to that. All right, 1640.
I do 2 days and just try and get done what you need
Yeah.
first and then do that other stuff after.
Is there tax, was there tax on that?
No.
No, all right.
No, it's just-
Okay, Trustee Varian moves to pay Sweep Corp of America up to $3,500, which will cover us 2 days of road sweeping.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You're cut off.
Making
Done
Osnaburg great again.
Geez, you know,
Are
making
you- are you
Osnaburg
done?
again.
Are you done?
I'm done.
He's done.
I'm done for the year.
Poor Mary's over here just waiting for her time. All right, Mary, you're up.
Hey, since the last meeting, no permits issued. On the nuisance side of things, I received a phone call about the vehicles and other stuff at that property on Sunlight and 15th Street. I know in the past, we talked to the prosecutor's office about it, and there wasn't much we can do, which I informed the caller. But I'll take another look at it and see kind of where to go from there based on what we were told in the past and everything else. Over on Indian Run, the house that we're looking at tearing down, the land bank, after our last meeting, sent out an email looking for properties to kind of focus on or look into for 26, 27, because they're looking at a grant from the state.
Okay.
So I sent that information on that property over to them. And right now, I would recommend we hold off on demoing.
Because it might get put in their project.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
I would recommend though that we have her reach out to the prosecutor and see if we could board that door up now with a sheet of plywood so that the kids aren't getting in there.
Why do we have, I mean, if nobody's, what are we asking for?
Just make sure we're allowed to put a board over the door.
Yeah, I agree with you, go board it up, yeah, I don't have an argument with that.
And then
Oh.
wait and see if we can get in that deal.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think we can board up the door. I'll just double check with them.
Okay.
Because I think they mentioned that in the past.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Over there at Georgetown, 12th Street, the one with the high grass.
Yep.
It's all turning dead. It's brown. I believe the county came when they were coming and doing the road and kind of mowed it back a little bit as well.
Good.
So
And that's the one with the tree growing through the car, right? I said that maybe she ought to send some pictures to the land bank and see if we can get that on the list too. Because that
Oh,
house
that's a
has
good idea.
holes in the roof. And
Oh,
everything.
it did. Mm-hmm.
So let's do that and see if we can get that one on.
And the other house that family owns, it's in the village. It also has a hole in the roof because it's next to one of my rentals. There's a big hole in the front of the roof. No one lives in that house either. There's
They're
that family.
stuck at the village.
That family has two houses that are sitting there.
So let's try to see if we can get that on there too.
Okay.
other than that, I don't have much change. I know we got a lot on the list here, but there's a lot that some of them we can't really do anything with.
Have we had any action over on the property by Roberto Cheese? Has it just been kind of stale?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Ashlich have never gotten back to you? Okay, all right. Okay. Thank you. All right, moving along. How about old business, fiscal officer to update oil and gas lease? You already did that?
I kind of did that.
All right, we'll move along. Update Sucos grant payment to vendor.
Okay, this might roll into a couple things, but I want to explain where we're at with this. Since the last meeting and even the meeting before that, I was working on, once I saw this was what's called a reimbursement grant. That means money has to be paid out. So then I submit that in to the state. And when I talked to them down there, Teresa, Gooding, and all the people I had to talk to, the turnaround on that is pretty quick once it's been approved. It don't go in front of the board with Trustee Griffith and I had submitted in. She asked for approval at the last meeting. We got it approved and everything's been submitted. They don't go in front of a board until November the 10th. So I won't be able to get any funds for that $147,000 until after November 10th. I knew that the vendor had the job done other than the sign part, which is $19,585. So I'm thinking, how can I get us funds to be able to at least square up our vendor? So I called Phil Francis, and I've been on the phone with him quite a lot in the last 2 weeks. And he assured me that first, we talked about some options. If I was to take money out of the general fund, which we have some money that we had in a back with electric aggregation of $48,000, and then combination did some with the trust. I did some scenarios with that, but what I'm worried about, if we were wanting to pay Parker Construction, what worried me is that we don't officially have that money released till after November 10th. And being we're going in November, I want to make sure our general fund stays strong going into the end of the year. Everything stays up. So I asked him, and I actually had shared some information with Trustee Varian, they gave me a suggestion. If he would consider the balance owed to Parker Construction, if the whole entire job's done, that's including that sign, of $110,000 that we could get advanced to either Parker, or I asked him it'd be better to come to the township because the receipts and invoices, I want to show the township paid it. And he felt after the conversation to keep the vendor happy and get him the money as quick as possible. He felt that it would be in the best interest that the Huntington Bank Trust for Sucos would pay the township the 110 now, as soon as possible, with board approval. You have to ask for it. He says that he explained to you guys all probably know this about capital gains and some of these assets they have to convert to get that money. It takes him a few days, but he can get that money to us.
Did you talk about the penalties?
What's that?
What kind of penalties are we going to see to get 110 out of
Well,
there?
you're going to see some assets on those monthly reports be liquidated to pay that. He said that there'll be a capital gains. He kept talking about that you pay.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, Brian, the board, and I can speak on behalf of that, would understand that this is what Sucos wanted this money to go for, to help in any way, shape, or form to make this happen. And he said if that money comes in and then we pay back, I suggested, what happens if maybe we'll pay it all back before the end of the year? Does that change it? And he says, no matter what happens, if you liquidate, that capital gains is there, the way he explained it to me. And you all welcome to talk to
I
him.
got something to add.
Yeah.
All right, so I spoke to Consumers Bank today about a line of credit for the Sucos Park,
Mhm.
and I will have an answer tomorrow.
Yeah, he told me.
Maybe 2%.
Well, he
maybe
told me
cheaper.
you wouldn't have any fees if we stayed with the trust. Because he said, I would strongly advise you not to go get any kind of a line of credit or borrow money, because that was one of my other conversations with him.
So is
He
he saying
feels-
that there's not going to be a fee? Like we're not going to be penalized?
We aren't. And
Right.
he also said that you remember the 147,000 is really what we're getting, the 3,000 they keep for administrative.
Mhm.
He can write that into that money.
So
Like
the
right
100
now, he gave 40.
Yeah, so the total 150 is
So we
covered.
would only pay them back
The 147.
147.
So Brian, we're waiting to the November 10th meeting for that board to send us back.
An execution, it's
Yes.
called, or execute of funds.
The only thing I would say before we pay our vendor in full, because that vendor owes me wage reports showing prevailing wage paid.
He gave all those reports on his final bill, I asked. I mean, he just got this to me
Okay,
today. I mean, I see wage, I see all the vendors he used, Marlboro, other subcontractors. I mean, he sent all this stuff to me, and I mean, if there's something else you want,
I didn't get it, so I'd
I
like to
just
see it.
got it today.
Why is he against a line of credit?
What's that?
Why is he against that?
Because you're gonna pay interest or you're gonna pay. And he says,
Well, we don't know yet.
She ain't-
I'm waiting on her,
well, you think the bank's gonna give that to us with nothing?
they might, because it's a public entity.
Yeah, well, he said that the trust is there to develop the park. Why would you want to go outside that? The township isn't gonna pay a fee. He's gonna lose money, not him, but the trust will lose when you liquidate. But that 147 comes back, they'll reinvest, and over time, that comes back. I mean,
I would imagine we're for 100,000, 140,000. The most we're gonna lose is several $100. We're not
I
losing that
got
much.
that. Right now, the market is screaming.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna lose thousands.
It's great.
I wouldn't take any advice from Phil Francis. I've called him, and he won't call you back. But you do whatever you want. You're gonna pay penalties. We may not pay it. The trust will pay it. And when the trust is bankrupt, then what?
well, this ain't gonna make the trust bankrupt.
Not now, but-
147. I mean,
There's only 600,000 in the thing.
well, I mean, the value of it with the value with assets and what they have in there, Randy, I don't see where it's gonna bankrupt.
I'm not
Because
saying
we're gonna
this is
pay
gonna
back
bankrupt it, but the
147.
lower it gets, you don't know what's ever
Well,
gonna come up on this.
you might have to slow down on phase 2, phase 3. You might have to lay low for a while till
So-
it goes back.
So on timeline though, so that Parker is handled appropriately, what was Phyllis Francis' timeline? Like, if we made a motion and if we figured out we weren't gonna have a ton of fees and we made a motion for 110, when would that be funded to us?
He said 2 to 3 days.
Okay, and then we have to pay the vendor, show receipt of paid vendor, and then turn it in by
With-
November 10th?
No, after November 10th.
After November 10th, and then
Because
they're
you have to have
gonna
the
fund
permit.
us.
Yes. So that might be another 8 to 10 days, what
Mhm.
she said from Columbus,
So it's possible that money could be back in that account before the 1st of December, possible.
possibly. Yeah.
Okay,
Possibly. Should
And-
definitely be by
Yeah.
before
And
January.
she was Phil was very adamant on, Brian, don't let this worry you or the trustees. This is what the trust is meant to do. I can see where Trustee Pirro is concerned about, well, it'll drain down the trust. Well, you back off for a while on going and getting into it a while till we get cushion back up. Because we don't know how much it's going to cost to maintain, to mow, and what we have.
it's gonna drain the trust $3,000 plus whatever fees and
Well,
losses are taken on that
If it's a
110.
15% fee, it's gonna be over $15,000.
I
That's what I want to know before I vote.
Yeah, well, I think we have to get more information.
I don't care if we have to have a special meeting in between, but I want to wait until I hear what consumers coming
Okay.
back with.
Yeah, there might be enough fees in there that he's like, oh, it'll build over time, no big deal, but I mean, maybe it is 10 to 15 grand, I don't know. So timeline wise, can we wait until the next meeting to make that call? Or are we we're pushing back Parker?
We're pushing back Parker if we do that.
Yeah.
Well, this could be I don't know what your guys' schedule are. We could do this during the day. I mean, if you want to set it for Friday, or I don't want to see Andy wait. Andy needs to get paid something. I don't know if he needs it all. I don't know what. But
By what has happened, I think Andy, according to billing, should get paid everything but the sign part,
Yeah,
which
the
is
sign.
$19,585. At least he should get that paid as soon as possible because the job is complete. Up to that.
I would still like, I think, let me get my information. I think you should get the information from Phil, of what it's truly gonna penalize it.
That, and then is there a reason why we can't finish the sign? Because for us to submit to the grant for the reimbursement back, we have to show the project that we spent the whole 150,000.
Well, we can do the project and like pay him portions or what have you. I can request after November 10th, you can request 1/3 payment from the state. But you
If
have
we
to
do
write
that, then we have to provide
You have to-
bonds and stuff to
You
them.
have to, they give you an example in the guideline, and I was reading that we could do that to get some money advanced, and then we could pass that on to the vendor. But trustees, you're asking me to do something. I didn't plan on doing all this stuff. I wish I had that in the coffer right to begin with, and I wouldn't be sitting here dealing with this. The man got the job done, and we're sitting here waiting 3 weeks plus possible another week. I don't know where, I'm scared as a fiscal officer. I do not want to pull that money out of the general fund and put us in a
Yeah.
jam
No.
come December
No.
or in January. We have money there, about $48,000,
Yeah.
but I don't want to, I don't want to sit there and do that. But
No, the
if you're
whole-
saying, like Randy's bringing up, you want to look into it more, that's you guys' call. It isn't going to be on my plate.
Yeah.
It's you guys' call.
No, the whole
Somebody needs to talk to our vendor and let him know what you guys are doing.
reason the Sukos family left us the land and the account is to do this.
Yes.
So we're not gonna put our general fund at risk
No.
when there's a 600K sitting
And
in
I
the bank.
agree.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Now, if we want to look at what we're going to get penalized, that's fine. I don't mind calling Phil Francis. But the longer we wait, the longer Parker waits.
Yeah, and that's what I'm concerned, because that looks like we didn't do our due diligence to make this all work. And I'm mad because in a way, I wish, I've spent 70, 80 hours in the last 2 weeks just on Sukos. I know at least that. burning the midnight oil. I want to make sure that we have something done as soon as possible, just to make me feel like all my effort, all my talking, all that done, not to come in here and have it all tore apart. I know it gets questioned, it should be. And I just don't, I'm throwing it back on you guys because it's your call. You guys make the call. As fiscal officer, I don't want to take any money out when I don't have a guarantee that I'm going to get it back right away. I think we'll get it, but I don't think we're going to get it right away. And we're going to the year end. And I don't like that general fund even being jeopardized right now, because that's your emergency, something happens. I don't want to do that.
So what do you guys want to do, trustees? You want to schedule a special meeting for next week? We'll call Phil Francis, we'll call Andy, tell him.
I can do it at the end of the week.
Let's see here.
Today's only Monday.
I can do-
My special meeting would be better if it's this week. Next week, I'm tied up.
The question is,
How long?
too, can he get the sign done?
I don't know
So we
what,
can do the whole
I don't know what
project.
the turnaround on the sign is.
Without the sign done, is the grant gonna pay?
The grant can pay what we
It'll-
have invoiced.
We need
to
to
it.
receipt that, if we receipt that Parker's done, they're gonna fund us.
Well, you can,
Well, we just have to show a receipt for the full
That's right.
150.
We have to
and
receipt
you don't have to
He
do the
doesn't
whole,
have that.
you don't have to show, you could submit a receipt for $400 or $130,000 of Parker's bill. Follow me? Leave the 20 sit there, and then we submit that in when we get the sign. We could make that work. I've thought about that too. You don't have to pay Parker the whole thing, but give him the chunk of change that he deserves on what he's accomplished. And then the 19,000, I can mathematically figure that out, and then pay that at the end, and I submit it in. If the bank, unless Randy would work something out with consumers, if the bank, the trust pays the 150 to us, the 110, we would have it in our coffers. We sit back. We don't have to spend 19,000 of it. Andy gets his money. Whether it comes from consumers or whether it comes from Huntington. And then once we have confirmation after November 10th, and you get confirmation on agreed upon sign to finish up, and then Andy and you guys figure that out, we can then go into the next year. I feel more comfortable going into the next year on 19,805 than 110, or owing a lot of money, or draining our account too low in our general fund. So you guys think about it and make that decision how you want to do it. I'm all for a special meeting because I want you to hear all those things, because it sounds like you all have questions and concerns, and I want you to do that.
So if you check with Phil Francis, I don't think the cost to us is going to be that great.
I can call Phil
You
Francis.
check with consumers and see if it's going to cost us anything. And again, what I was listening to that truck guy talk about was, I don't think we can take a loan. Was that what I heard, Brian, that a political subdivision can't take a loan, but they can take a lease?
I don't think it's the same. That's on equipment.
That's what, I mean, I don't have any clue on that because we've never tried to. take a
As
loan.
soon as I talked to the lady, she said, I gotta talk to some other divisions
Are
in
you-
the bank,
are you-
but she said she knew right about how to, it
Okay.
Randy,
didn't
are
sound
you-
like it was the first time they'd done.
Are you talking to Michelle? She's our business person that handles all government accounts. That's
I did
what-
not talk to Michelle
Okay.
directly.
All right.
But
Um,
I'm fine with that. We could do it Friday's Halloween.
I'm tied up
Seems
in,
fitting.
I'm tied up in the morning all week. I wouldn't be able to do anything till afternoon. All week, sorry.
I mean, I can do anytime, but I can't do Thursday afternoon
Okay.
and Friday afternoon.
I will make myself available. Whatever you say this week, I can do it.
I mean, Wednesday's only 2 days away.
We also. have to-
I don't have a problem taking it out of Sukkot as long as we're not gonna get whacked for thousands of dollars.
Well, we'll have to find out what that
As soon as I know that, then I'm fine, but
See, I can't answer that question.
I understand that.
I can't answer. Phil could answer that question pretty quick. He said, no, it might be small minimal fee. I don't know what that. small
I
minimal
tried
fee-
to call Phil several times and it goes straight to voicemail and I never get a call back, so.
It does the same thing to me, but he calls me back. He must like me.
All right,
No,
I can meet Wednesday. I can meet Wednesday if you guys can meet Wednesday. That one gives us 2 days, but
We have to at least, a
I
special
should have,
meeting.
I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I should have an answer, I hope tomorrow.
You need 48 hours, Brian?
Yes. If I make it happen like.
Well, and like I said, if it comes down to it, doesn't cost us anything much to pull it out, then
Yeah.
we'll just do that. Even if we don't.
What to you, what's that amount? So we could motion to do this as long as the fees aren't going to exceed X amount of dollars and set up a special meeting in case it is more than that.
could do that.
You can make a motion to request 110 contingent on
$500?
whatever
What's our-
you set the number.
But I feel like by the time we put something in place for a loan or a lease, whatever, and consumers, that's gonna take some time too. So we have to look at our time value with Parker and respecting him. I don't want this, oh yeah, we'll see in with 60 days once we get the loan all written up. Like that doesn't save us anything. Do you know what I'm saying?
But let him follow through with consumers.
I will call Phil first in the morning if you guys want to tentatively.
Well,
plan on a
so
special
they
meeting.
are, the last one that we agreed when we paid him the last time, the 40,000.
They must have like,
They keep so much cash.
they keep so much cash. He told me, Brian, right now only 15,500 is available.
It's
right now.
available in cash.
Like to pay
Right.
like the electric. bill.
Yeah, we didn't get one of them things. Usually,
Well, I was
think
gonna
it's
say,
cash,
what's
there's a cash.
what's that account making a month right now?
Right here.
I mean, I think
can
there's a
pull it
cash,
up.
there's a cash
I
line.
mean, I have the latest one here. I have the latest account right here.
I mean, I don't know. I think if
I have
I think if
September, I have
I think if
September's.
the fees were 1,000 or less, I'd be fine with it.
Randy, or if you're familiar with this, I got this. This is
Okay.
September's. I don't have
Right there,
it.
stop right
I
there.
got it right here.
Right there.
See the cash? What's that amount?
You had 58,000 cash and cash equivalent. So what is cash equivalent?
At that time, we probably pulled 40 of that out.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so that would leave with 18.
Cause he said right now he had 15 something. He said ready cash.
So what's it doing? What's it doing a month? Can we tell? This period, it did one, okay, short-term month.
I don't know what you tell me if I need to scroll or you want.
You gotta find wherever the beginning.
There you go, losses and gains for this period, there you go.
Right.
Long-term is 10,245, short-term was 103. So the account did $10,400 in interest and getting capital gains interest in the period, which would be the month. And then year-to-date's the next one. So this is what I'm saying. At $10,000 in a month period, I mean, to me, I don't care if the fees are $5,000, because in half a month you're going to replace that. Do you see what I'm saying? If your threshold's $1,000 for fees, it's going to produce that in 3 days. Does this make sense?
It does. I just want to make sure that this period is just 1 month.
I mean, this is all. Can you just go back up?
No, what I'm worried about is penalties for selling funds.
Okay.
If you're selling $5,000 worth of funds and you start selling $115,000 worth of funds, there might be triggers at like 100,000 that. I just want to know the information.
Can you go to the top of this real quick and see what the term of this document is? All right, the statement period is September 1 through September 30. So that's your period. So this account did $10,400 in gain interest in 1 month. So I guess what I'm saying is Randy,
Penalties aren't going to be.
Randy, even if the fees were $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, it's going to regain that in a month. Does that make sense?
Let me find the.
I mean, to me, I see what Phil Francis is saying. Yeah, you're going to get penalized, but there's so much in the account that it's going to catch right back up.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to be hit with like big percentages.
Yeah, we're not taking out that much.
No.
This is
Another
from
idea,
July 1st. So
another idea I had was, let's say I
Yeah,
pulled
July 1st,
20
July
out of
31st.
ours, and don't go over the
Right, so we
110.
gained 10,000.
go 80 or something like that. You can mix it up, because I would feel comfortable with 20.
So if we're doing 10,000, if we're roughly doing 10,000 a month,
What's
the
that?
portfolio is gonna do 120K.
This would be 13,987.
That's year to date.
I
That's
actually
for the
can
year.
pull up the month
Here's
before
this
if you want to see the month before.
2,500.
Yeah, so the July was only 20.
So you gained 2,500, not 10,000.
Well,
So
this
September
month-
did, September did 10.
gained 10,000.
That's what you said, it's up. You're right.
Well, yeah.
What was the year to date
Here
on
is,
that?
here is all August.
The most current one, what was the year to date? Wasn't it 20-something?
No, that says zero in this period.
So I don't know what that would be or why, unless something's happened here.
Is that when the 40 was paid?
No,
No.
August, because that wasn't.
You
No, that'd
lost, you lost money on that period right there.
Yeah, you did. 2,500 bucks.
Mhm.
I can go back one more. I think I got them all in here. This one was be for July. That didn't do too well.
So they must have paid something.
That's the one Randy had.
Year to date was 11,000 at that time.
Yeah, well, that's a big swing.
Yeah.
It's a big swing from gaining 10 to. All right, well, we got to make some decisions here. It's getting late and I'm getting tired. What do you guys want to do?
I say we just go ahead and go with it.
Do you want to do a threshold? Do you want to make a motion to go up to a certain point of fees? And then if he calls in the morning and it's under that, then we move forward. If it's
Yes.
not, then we have a special meeting.
Yes.
All right, so what's the number we want? 110?
That's what we would need.
110. And then Randy, what's in your mind, what's our threshold for fees?
$1,000.
Okay,
What did he say?
$1,000. All right, Trustee Varian makes a motion to ask Phil Francis, trustee of the Succo's Park account, for $110,000 to be cut from the account written to Osnaburg Township to pay our vendor for the Succo's Park. Only if the fees do not exceed
1,000.
$1,000.
But I have one question. So we already paid him some money. Is 110 going to bring him to the 150?
110 covers everything because we already paid him for
But
it.
he hasn't put up the sign.
We don't have.
That's
we
okay,
don't
it can
have-
sit in the
we-
account.
It's gonna sit in
They
our
can just sit in
account.
the
That's
account.
fine.
It's gonna sit in our account.
Can I get a second for that first motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, and then follow up to that, if the fees are over $1,000, we're not gonna move forward, and we're gonna schedule a special meeting as soon as we can
Do you
to
want that?
look at other options. Okay. Then we can make it happen if we need to. Okay, good. All right. New business, approval for Mary to access bank accounts.
Yeah, that's me. Mary is helping Sue and I with where she has to pull her reports off, and I can set the security on it the way I have Sue, where they can get in, pull the reports off we need for Ohio billing, all the things we need for depositing, and it's part of the training, so she can do that when Sue's time retires.
Okay.
And I need her to practice a few months leading up to that.
Does she look trustworthy? Okay. Trustee Varian makes a motion for Mary Brocker to be able to access the bank accounts.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Fiscal officer to give updates on liability insurance before opening Succo's Park to the public.
Yeah, that's the other part of what I have here. So we can actually you trustees can make a time that we can set a time that people could actually say, hey, the park's open, phase one, all that's done. I was working on the insurance with Otarma, Wendy French, Andy Lay, along with Phil's people, and I got them together. And what they came up with is that the liability insurance on the Succo's building, what Otarma has, and I'm going to pass this down for you to look at because that just came to me yesterday.
There you go.
It's $371,000 if that place was totally burnt down or something catastrophe happened to it, to replace it. All our equipment that's in there is insured and already under the blanket of here that we already have existing. So the machinery and things that we have in storage, because that was my question. He also, Andy and Phil's people said we can underwrite this where Succo's Trust still has liability insurance, but our Atarma liability, because we have a 99-year lease, shares that. That way, let's say, he was giving me examples. Let's say there was a mine shaft over there nobody knew about, and somebody fell down and got injured. Well, that would go under the Succo's Trust insurance. But now if we put playground equipment over there and something happened where it was something we had and somebody got hurt, that would go under the new liability side of Atarma. And these underwriters that do this for the insurance, they figure that all out, is what they all, both of them told me. All I would ask is that I asked Andy for Atarma, him and Wendy French, that I have a separation of when we receive a bill or yearly bill for insurance, will there be a breakdown that I can see that, because we can ultimately charge that additional fee back to the trust, the Succo's Trust. And he said, you're only talking $300 or $400 a year. That would be the difference or something to that effect. And I said, well, that would be, I think that'll be acceptable, but I'll let the trustees know. And he said, I said, the next question was, how soon can we have this in play if the trustees would vote to say, yes, go ahead? He said, within 2 days. Now, that doesn't mean you have to open a park, but if someone was over there, we would have the coverage and have.
I think we need to
Well,
get
if
insured.
people have been
as soon as
asking that live crossing that allotment,
Yeah.
they're gonna go over there and start walking on
Yeah.
it, even though it's not
Well,
open.
I brought that up, Trustee Griffith, to him. And he said, well, you know, the things you want to do and think about, Atarma has a person that specializes in coming out there, and they'll give you recommendations, not to say you have to do them all, just like maybe proper signage, say no one beyond this point, stuff like that, because people will be, oh, I'm gonna go anywhere back here.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's true.
he said, we can help you with that. This is Atarma. And I said, well, that trustees won't want that done before we officially open it. But I said, on the other hand, according to Parker Construction, there needs some time for seed to settle, grass
Yeah.
to grow before you would really want somebody over there rooting around or changing, messing around over there.
Okay.
But you'll always have that person that could go over,
Are
like you
we
said.
gonna leave it open to anybody, or what if somebody shows up on horseback or something? Are we gonna put signage up against that? I just asked him.
That's one of the things that he said. He said, are you gonna restrict, what time somebody wants to go in there with
I
an
think
ATV?
you have to restrict it.
An ATV.
I just bring it up
Yeah.
to make,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna need some restriction signs, dawn to dusk
Yeah.
signs.
right, you don't wanna show up, and, hey, look, there goes Jimmy on the four-wheeler.
Well, I think we're gonna have to put a gate across
Yeah.
there.
He brought up, Andy, I know he was here before and talked in front of the board before, but he offered to come in here, but he also said that he was offered, they have a person that does that for you, that will go out and walk around and give you your recommendations. So,
I think that's a future discussion. We
Yeah.
need to do it. Right now, it needs to stay closed, knowing that people are gonna walk in there.
Oh, I agree with that.
So, because the walking trails,
but
the top part.
I don't want to say this wrong, but Andy said, because we have a 99-year lease, you need to have it insured to the.
Oh, I
lease.
agree, Brian. You
that
said it's
part of
only
it.
300 to 400.
Yeah.
Is that for the year?
Well, that was rough. He can put it together.
Yeah.
That was, keep in mind that underwriter wrote that real quick
Yeah.
here.
I think that's a small price to take out of our general fund, out of our electrical aggregation money.
It actually
For insurance.
will not be billed to us. It'll be
Build
the trust pays that.
Oh, the trust?
The
Okay.
trust pays that difference.
I make a motion, we move forward in having it insured.
So,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, updates on Mapleton Gun Club.
That's another thing that I worked on that I wanted to give to you all, but a couple of these people I knew, so I was trying to handle it enough to gather the information to share with you, and that's what I wanted to do tonight. We had fielded some phone calls here, both Sue and I. I actually took the driver's seat on it, about complaints about automatic gunfire and things like after midnight and all these things like that. People going on other people's property in our township, and it sounds like also in Sandy Township. So what I thought was, because I used to be a member there years ago for about 40 years after I got to looking at it, I thought, well, I'm going to call some of the people, see what they have done in the past and what they're doing now and what have you. And I got really educated on all the things that the club did try to do, things that had happened in the past. Sometimes these are people that aren't even members of the club that are doing this. And I said, well, what can I tell the people when I talked to two individuals from the gun club at first? He says, anything down there that's out of line, that someone in the neighborhood, call the sheriff, get the sheriff involved. So they're down there, because you don't know in these day and age. I said, well, what are you as a club doing? And the guy I'm talking to is a previous president. He suggested maybe one of us or somebody go down there and just ask. They're updating their website. They're updating club rules, range rules, and all those things as we speak, he said. And maybe some input from the township would help. So their meetings are the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. I'm planning on going just because I want to go down and meet these people, because I don't know who all these people are. The president lives in Akron now. They have 635 members there now. Their fees are $50, he told me, per person, and an additional 25 for new members. So they're collecting about $30-some thousand a year. I'm not saying they got money, but maybe there's something that could be done to help with these complaints. I had 3 of them. I didn't really think of them as much of a complaint, because these people lived there all their lives. They dealt with a gun club. They're just trying to see if there's anything that could be done, because the automatic weapons and these things going off after midnight and things like that are getting, maybe it won't happen when it gets cold, but it's happening a lot, just last Sunday and Monday. So I wanted to make you aware of it. Now you can talk to your people that you might know that live around. I know Trustee Griffith, you're on the one side of
The
that.
only thing I would say is, are they 100% sure that it's an automatic? Because when the landfill, it sets stuff off, it sounds like it's an automatic weapon gun, and that's not what it is. So some of what they're hearing may not be what they think it is.
And that's possible.
So, but if you're going down, yeah, go down and check and see. I also know that's where Stark County Sheriff trains now.
Yeah.
And so there could be automatic weapons. And I'm sure they do night training as well as daytime training. So that could be part of it.
I just asked a question, did they have a restriction after like a time? And he said, well, because of the trap ranges on Thursday night, they call it trap league. They're usually done by 10, 11 o'clock. There was nothing in writing, but it
No,
also.
I know the sheriff does extra
Yeah,
training
well,
there.
That's what he said. He said after hours they're allowed to shoot. So what's that after hours? 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? You know, what happens? So
So
I guess I wanted to go down. I was a member there years, and I just thought I'll go down. But if anyone else, just go down and hear what they have to say. Make them aware that we are receiving a couple phone calls.
All right, anything else for the good of the order?
I want to get approval for the Ohio Township Association Annual Conference, which is February 4th through the 6th of 2026. But the registration opens up November 3rd. We don't meet again, and hotels go out fast.
Okay.
So I want to get approval.
So do we approve the whole thing? Like, how do we do that?
We've approved before for any trustee who wants to attend and a fiscal officer. And we've also approved for sometimes road crew or zoning if they want to attend something. They usually just attend one day things though. This getting the hotel room, that's the problem.
I'll second your motion.
Okay.
You second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, anything else for the good of the order?
Can I just ask one thing about that? Being Rodney's the new guy on the block. I see that if you saw Trustee Griffith on the website, they do have 1-day passes.
They do, and I
Available.
thought it might be good one day for either zoning and or road together. There's usually new technology there and things for road specifically. If you're interested. Depends on if we're getting snow or not.
Right. If it's not snowing and the weather's nice.
Yeah.
I'll probably make a trip.
But they do have a 1-day pass just to get into the vendor thing. So the vendors, hundreds of vendors in there so that you can see the new stuff.
All right, trustee Barry moves to adjourn and pay bills.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, guys. Josh was thinking, man, I don't know about these people. 10 o'clock.
This is the long one.
Do the long one.
The long one.
Usually not this long. Thanks, bud. Thank you.
You guys have a good night.
Hey, you too. Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Brian, here's a Ben's business card.
All right, thank you.
Okay, what is that?
330 418